What's up, guys? It is me, JDCR, and we are back again with another video. And today I think it's been a bit late. But I'm gonna finally start going over some of my matches from CEO the weekend before the one that just went. I thought I'd start off with like one of the I don't know, one of the bigger games that happened. I guess my top 8 match versus JDCR. Before we begin, I'd like to drop a few thoughts about Hwoarang because people keep asking me about the character, and it gets annoying repeating myself over and over again. But I'll have a whole video about how I feel about Hwoarang coming up within the next few days, so make sure you guys subscribe for that because you're not going to want to miss it. I also did speak briefly about Hwoarang in my interview with FDX. If you missed that, that will be popping up somewhere around here. Shouts to FDX. But yeah, I think Hwoarang is a character that my opinion on him will be changing like the wind. I don't think he's a terrible character. I don't think he's a bad character. I think he's actually a decent, good tournament character that can be played, and it's evidenced by the fact that they would make top 8 at CEO, which we're going to be watching in a second. I switched to the wrong scene. There we go. But like, yeah, I think Hwoarang can still work. I think he's still good. He just has, I think, a lot of troubling matchups, which is why I made my tweet after DreamHack Summer. No, was it DreamHack Summer? I think it was DreamHack Summer, where I said that playing solo Hwoarang kind of is trolling because of the bad matchups he faces now, because of, you know, the power crush. I think Dragunov is one of those matchups. But for me personally, I found in my run in CEO, like a lot of the players I'd have to play, generally I always felt like Hwoarang is the best trade. I think there's also a character matchup and a player matchup you have to watch out for as well when it comes to picking the character. And a lot of the players I had to play, Chicken was my path, but I didn't have to play him. JDCR, a lot of those players, I know they don't like Hwoarang, you know, they don't like the character. So for me, it's like, okay, it's in my best interest to pick my main character, which is also the strongest character on my roster. And we get into the top 8 match here against JDCR. We're going to skip the intro this time. I was a big fan of my CEO top 8 entrance. A big shout out to the people in the crowd that helped make that so hype for me. Not many people get like a WWE wrestling style intro in their life, so everyone to make the most of it, I guess. But yeah, me and JDCR played once in tournament. I don't think it's the only time we ever played actually. In Tekken 7 2021 Red Bull Commentator LCQ, I played JDCR, and I wish I'd actually watched that match back before I played him in top 8, because there were certain things that I remember during this set that I remembered that he did in the Hwoarang matchup that he still does, that generally would have helped me out a lot if I'd remembered it and I'd watched that match back first. I think it really would have helped. But going into it, I've been playing a lot of Fear. Before the top 8 started, I played Fear of Silence, the American Dragunov player. I played him quite a bit, but on this day, just like prepare for Dragunov. You know, it's a character that I think is a bit of a problem character for me. I do struggle a lot against Dragunov, I feel personally, and I feel like, yes, he's a strong character, yes, he's annoying, he's top 5 still probably, but I really feel like, me personally, there was a lot of the Tekken 7 characters that were problem characters, like Akuma, Geese, Leroy, etc., but I just made sure I was just really good. I was very good against those characters. I made sure I did not want to lose against those characters. So I feel like Dragunov is just the same thing. You just got to work hard, and I think I will overcome this horror matchup for me. But one thing you'll see very early is my game plan going to this was the power crush is very important. I think it's very important to stop Dragunov when he gets going. I think the power crush is such an important tool, which is why it's kind of annoying that it's minus 14 now. I loved it in the matchup before. I thought Hwoarang didn't do too bad against Dragunov because of the power crush, because minus 12 without a throw punish is not a fantastic punish for Dragunov, and I really liked it. Now you have to be a lot more conservative with it, you have to be a lot more patient with it, but generally it's really, because Hwoarang doesn't have the best get off me option. I think in a game like this where aggression is so important, you know, you have to be using the power crush bit. Like I said, you gotta be conservative with it, because if not, you get, you know, punished for it like that. But here we have a miss input I get. Whoa, that was crazy. This is a miss input I get quite a bit in this game. So we have to go back. So here I do the down forward 4, and I wanted 3 to the 4, the flying eagle, right? That's the option that I wanted, but because I tried to get the just frame, I barely tap the 3 sometimes, and I end up missing it, getting the 4, minus 13, punish with the 2-1, and again, try to power crush, keep him away. He goes for the throw this time, so it's a great read there from JDCR, because that will be a complete unbreakable throw. Get up. Excellent, like walking in, like this here from JDCR is just like so insane. With the dashing into nothing, ducks to the throw and punishes. Well, could have launched me, but I'll take that. Keep him off me. This is something I really feel like this is unintentional. I don't feel like this is an intentional change. When they made the heat burst changes, I'm really not a fan of it, where the second heat burst always wins. Before they used to trade, Now the second one always wins, and it makes no sense to me. I feel like it's not supposed to be like that. So obviously Power Crushes beat Heat Burst now, but I feel like the change for Heat Burst v Heat Burst, I don't like it at all. Yeah, the 1-2-1. So he delayed his option there. I was thinking about doing instant while setting 4-4 because he's not going to do 1-2-1, but I waited because of 1-2-1. Then he delayed his 1-2-1 and got the round. But yeah, again, I see you get the flying of that time. Running 2. Again, Dragunov can really put the pressure on you here. Now, I didn't dash up here. I knew I was going to drop it from there. I should have done up forward 4 to get the combo, but it's not the worst thing in the world, you know. But one thing you're going to see about JDCR is he's very respectful of the frames. Nice sidewalk there. He is very respectful of frames. Like, it's, you know, even like the smallest of plus frames, JDCR will always seem to respect, and you'll see it especially later on in the set, right? Which is something when we played in Vegas in 2021 that he was doing quite a bit. I think had I remembered that, I think that would have been very, very, very pivotal to the set. Except there, challenged with a down forward 2 after running 3. -6 is insane.
Doesn't matter how punishable it is if it keeps on hitting.
I always challenge the down 2 start off into the heat. One thing I found I was doing very often in tournament, especially in this tournament, which I don't, it's not really something I should be doing, but it's like, if it works, it works. I think I spend my heat too fast. I think you see it a lot throughout this set, and in general, if you watch my tournament matches, I was spending my heat very fast. Down forward here, I just wanted to catch him stepping. I think I delayed it a bit. I wanted to catch him stepping, and then if it hit, he would have been very much close to this, especially with the wall right there, but it didn't. But +5, down forward 4, keep him in check. Side step 4, nice block. I have to be very careful using side step 4. And like here, I'm just looking to move. I'm trying to get around something, right? Down forward 4 after the 0 on hit situation. 1-2-1, and like here, down 1, down back 2 to catch my side. Very good. What did he do? He did down 1, right? Yeah, so plus frame into plus frame. Tried to sidewalk. Got clip. I think I was looking to especially side step duck as well. I think I was expecting a down 2. It was a very good down by 2 using a mid that's going to catch my movement. That was very, very, very smart. Like here, you know, just piling the pressure. Now here is like, this is why I said so I forgot to say this actually. My initial thoughts after this match was over was I very much felt like, okay, you know, I just lost. You know, I played well, I just lost. You know, and that's kind of how the game goes. Sometimes that's just how it be. You know, it doesn't matter how well you play. Sometimes your opponent just plays better. That was my initial thoughts when I'd first ended the set, walked back to my seat, sat down and watched for a I was like, you know what, I just got outplayed. There wasn't much I could have done. Watching the set back, as we watch a round like this, like let's watch this round together. I very much feel like I was like, damn. Even though I still feel like I did play well, I definitely let way much more slip than I should have, right? But here we're in heat, down back 4, spends it again. I think one thing as well I need to start doing is definitely the sweep, especially against certain Korean players. I'm not going to say any names right now because, you know, this will expose my game plan for playing certain players in the future. There are quite a few Korean players that do not like to duck, like, period at all. I don't think I even did many down 3-4s in the set, if any. I don't think I did any. Situation like this as well, right? Like, this is the time I should be trying to use the sweep. You know, I have full life. I'm in heat. I'm a round down. I need to start taking a few more risks. Should have definitely gone for the sweeps. He did a little duck there as well, but I didn't get what I wanted. There's side step 4, down forward 4, respects it as well. I thought I'd sidestep as well. I definitely thought I'd sidestep that. Again, that was another flying eagle miss input there. He's in heat, so here I'm just kind of waiting. I think I plinked to throw there, but I was just kind of waiting for the heat to go. I think he spends it here. Yes, he does. And then running 2, and there the down 3. Such a good round ender as well because it's a low with a string to follow up, so you can't always just block and punish it, right? Like, yeah, if you look at this situation, I should not have lost this round. Like, yeah, this is like a huge boo-boo, a huge blunder on my part. Like, this very much should have been a round that closed out. And I do want to like watch back, like what actually happened here for me to lose this round, because again, you have to see these things and break them down, right? So here, miss input on my part. That should have been a flying eagle. I think even if I did flying eagle here, he probably would have still stepped it. I side step 4 goes mid that time. Normally I do side step 4 into low, so I went mid that time, especially with that being a frame trap as well, but didn't get anything. The flying eagle probably still would have stepped it as well. He went the right way, so there's nothing, you know, from there. there, trying to power crush on plus frames. And again, I think this is a bad power crush as well. I think this is a bad one, right? After 4-1, I believe he's like +8. He's very plus in the situation. A lot of things he does are going to be frame traps, and my power crush isn't going to even be fast enough to start. So that was a very bad power crush there. Should have just blocked and taken the next mix up. Because I did, I got counter hit. QCF4 hits me grounded. Get up. Now, what am I looking for here? So jab. He's +1 here. Goes into duck. Definitely going to the full crouch down forward 1. I really should have known that was coming. I think JDCR's full crouch down forward 1s can be very obvious. But because they're obvious, that makes them not obvious. And anyone who's understands what I'm saying, you understand what I'm saying. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't. They're the plus frames. Went for the throw. I think he was expecting power crush here as well, right? But here, just a missed throw break. So again, big mistake on my end. Now stay down, get up 4. And here, he still has heat. So that's really what's on my mind right now, is the heat smash. That's what's on my 1-2-1 and heat smash are the big things on my mind right now. Jab, he actually had counter here. he actually had counter hit here. If you look at those sparks here, that's a counter hit jab. So yeah, he had a 1-2-1. The round was actually over here, but didn't do it. Into heat smash. And again, I just want to wait for them. I want to wait for the mids. He gives me an opportunity. I didn't get. Went for the down 3. Great way to close out the round. Then when I had a little conversation with Fear, man. I had a little conversation with Fear. You know, just did some talking. He was like, listen, one thing I think Fear said, and I agreed with, was he was like, listen, you're playing very well. You're playing amazing. There's a few things you look out for. Is full crouch down forward 1s. I forgot most of what he said. I just remember that really. But like, yeah, like, I remember and I agreed with every single thing he was saying. Fear was such a good coaching situation. Shout outs to him, man. But like, yeah, you know, I definitely was playing well. I think my losses were of my own design, really and truly, right? Like that huge life lead I had in that round there definitely should have gone to a final round in that game there. So very much a big blunder on my part. Should have fixed that. Did not do it. Also, I didn't change outfits. One thing I need to remember I do a lot is you have to switch outfits when I lose in it, because it's like staying with failure. He stayed down after the power crush as well. Again. So here, this is a big blunder on my part. So Scarrocket whiffs, because again, Scarrocket's tracking really is not fantastic. And I think Dragunov has like a top 5 sidewalk or side. He has top 5 lateral movement in the game for male characters, and also the characters on like Alyssa and Lily with extra special movement around. Like I think it's a top 5 sidewalk. If it's the same as Tekken 7, his movement's amazing. So something like Scarrocket you have to be very careful with. Tried to power crash after the whiff. Running 2 tracks me down. Definitely going to the wall here. Now I'm in rage. Now here's, and again, like I think one thing with Dragunov, I think Dragunov's big weakness, and JDCR actually said this to me, and I agreed when he did it. The day before we were speaking, I actually asked him for a Huaring mirror match, actually, and he said no, let's do a Dragunov mirror match. So, you know, I knew I wasn't going to get the Huaring mirror match. But he said, you know, Dragunov has one big problem in this game, and that is he has to get in. And I agree with that. I think Huaring, one thing I'm not doing enough is keeping Dragunov out. I think that's a general issue I have against Dragunov, is I'm not keeping him out very well. I think he has to work. He does have to work to get in. Also, after playing Dragunov quite a bit, I agree with that. Something that running 2 is not free to get in. Like, he has good movement to get in, but you can keep out Dragunov, and I was not doing that. I think Huaring can keep out Dragunov very well, using the power crash cancel to bait a lot of his approach tools, like running 2. Using down forward 2 again is another move to keep him out. And something like back 4 is a counter hit option as well. You have to keep Dragunov away, right? Like just like there. Not the best combo, but mainly just because I was looking for the side switch there, right? So forward 4-3 gonna be plus frame, even doesn't hit. And here, look at the respect on something like right foot forward, down forward 3. JDCR respects the plus frame so much. I'm only +1 here, and I'm able to loop. He's letting me loop them, right? And again, this is something I had recognized, but I didn't take enough advantage of, in my opinion. Good dick jab there. Catches him stepping. Bang. So again, I decided just not to respect him really and truly. And there's a big risk on my behalf, right? You know, goes for the heat burst. He's +1 right now. But I was like, he has to move. He's going to move. He's not going to take his plus frames, especially after the heat burst, because he rarely ever does. So like, I'm just going to try and catch him moving. Did it. Got the round. You know, and that was just me believing in a read there. Something you have to do in this game. Believe in your reads. Be confident. I think hesitation is death in this game, right? You know, and there's a sweep, you know. The back 4-3, I'm -1 there, so a good back 4-3. And again, like I hate 4-4 so much. I know I need to jab it or side. Jab is the best option, right? That was a very obvious backlash. Good duck there. Bad spring kick on my behalf. Bro, you can delay that for a billion years. I remember thinking when I got hit by this, like, bro, why can you delay that so long? I tried to throw it. That's on me. You know, we could just delay it for a billion years. Not the best combo. I remember that was I'm alive here. I knew I was alive there because the combo wasn't very good. But down to very good option there. Catch me walking, doing whatever. And here's I talked about the keep out. I talked about keep out here. From this situation here, actually I did it. I was thinking, never mind. I did down 4-2. I was trying to keep him out. Didn't work. Never mind. The pass me tried to set me up, but it didn't work. And there you can see I did finally jab, but I was just a bit late on it. But like I'm making sure I have at least I'm trying to get the option in my muscle move, right? Dick jab after the down back 3+4. Now here's back to the sidewall. Very good sidewalk. I'm glad he didn't launch me there. I wanted to power crush there as well. And here, this was so good, right? So if we go into what happens here, right? I was expecting a 1-2-1 this time because I had been challenging his heat burst. Okay, I'm challenging it. I'm doing it with options that aren't like I-10, I-11. I'm taking risks with 13 or more moves, right? So he's gonna do 1-2-1. He's gonna try and keep me in check. So I'm thinking, okay, let me high crush. Did down back 3. He just sidewalked again after the heat burst. You know, even after I caught him the round before, sidewalked again. Whiff and great whiff punish. So again, just very stubborn in his option selection, right? Like even though I beat him for doing that the last time, still did it again. And if you look at the health bars as well, right? There's no real reason not to. You know, there's no reason not to just believe in what has been getting in the win. You know, you're not going to get punished that hard for it, especially against Hwarang. You know, his moves that are going to track you in that kind of situation are pretty slow, especially in a minor situation. So very smart sidewalk, back 4-3, excellent with punish. And this is like trouble central, right? And again, so unfortunate. Running 2 gets accounted. This is going to the wall. Breaks it. Another wall sitting right there. Doesn't get it. And now here, you know, last chance saloon. I should have power crushed here. I remember thinking after here, I should have just done the power crush, right? You know, because just try to step QCF4. And from that situation, I think going left is better. Did I sidestep or sidewalk actually? We'll take a look at that. A sidestep or sidewalk? And again, I think his full crouch down ones can be very obvious, but because they're obvious, they're not obvious. Yeah, I think it was a sidestep there. So maybe if I commit to the sidewalk, I would have got around it, but the wall made that situation so awkward. You know, there wasn't really a right answer from there, but they blocked that one. And again, you know, we just got to get going, right? It's last chance saloon, get something happening, stop the sides, put his back to the wall. And here, I think I was looking for a dick jab or a 1-2-1, right? I was like, okay, I'm again so respectful of the plus frame. I'm a single +1 here, doesn't do anything. It's prepared to take the mix whilst in a 4-4. I pushed the button here, tried to jab, and kills it with the heat smash. But like, yeah, that's why I say there was a lot on my end more than anything, right? You know, there was a lot more I definitely could have done to take certain rounds. Like if you go back to the first round, that final round, I shouldn't have lost to the life lead that I had. So this is why I love watching these back and doing this type of analysis, because I can see, okay, I'm just making some silly mistakes here. There were moments of just genuine outplay. You know, he's making reads, he's believing in them. When I'm making my reads and I believe in them, you know, they're working out. So I think there's no reason to really be afraid, you know, especially going back and, you know, if we do happen to have a rematch, which could happen because we've got the mix up this weekend. JDCR is going, you know, there's two spots left for Esports World Cup at this event. 6 spots in total, 2 are going to be at the mix up. You know, we're both going to be fighting for top 8 spots. Definitely could happen. You know, there's a lot to take from this and hopefully move forward in the future and get these wins, right? But, you know, I think they just should have taken the mix really and truly after Wasson 4-4 on block. There's not a single button I could have pushed. Besides, I don't even think I could have power crushed, you know, after this situation and still got something, right? So again, definitely should have just taken the mix. Even if I blocked the heat smash, nothing bad's going to happen. But yeah, just great work there from JDCR to close out. And people asked me what we said in the situation. I said to him, Hwarang, Shibal, and Dragunov Byeongshin. Which makes me Hwarang is shit and Dragunov's bullshit. That's basically what I said. But like, yeah, I think a good game. Definitely could have done better watching it back, but you know, if ifs and buts were candy and nuts will have a Merry Christmas, there's no point dwelling on the past. I think it's very important to use this information to focus on my future performances, because there's so much coming up. Because this Tekken World Tour season is very, very compact together. and I haven't been home for 2 weeks. Since like April, you know, every other week I'm gone, and it's taking a toll. But like, hopefully, you know, we just have one very good performance means I can stay home and not have to focus on competing as much, because Tekken Tour and Esports World Cup and I'm qualified and blah blah blah. But that's an issue for a different. I'm actually going to talk about that in a video. The Tekken Tour season has been very hard, and Esports World Cup season. But either way, thank you guys for watching this video. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed. More match analysis coming. Please let me know what games you want to see the most, because again, I have to sort of pick and choose because I'm not home that much, so content is hard to always be doing. I have to pick and choose which ones are the ones I go to and which ones I don't, and I don't focus on as much. But yeah, thank you guys for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe if you enjoyed, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.